Hi everybody. I didn't think I'd be starting out in the mine. Usually I go up on the surface before I, you know, start recording or just play the game at all. Or no, sorry, I go up on the surface before I quit. Oh boy, if you thought I was busted in the Cyberpunk video, or if you thought I wasn't busted enough in the Oblivion video, you're gonna like this one. Holy shit. I am really, really high. Before it was a manageable high, the Cyberpunk one kind of barely. This one is well into unmanageable high. Like, oh boy, I am busted. And the fact that I'm going to still record after this, like, let that show you how much I appreciate you guys and making videos. Holy crap. Woo! Oh boy. What's that over there? We're just gonna go on a nature walk. And of course, nature's most common occurrence, the goblin. Hello, goblin. Yeah, this Minecraft is a bit different, you know? But the whole goal with this was nature trail. So you have things in nature like giant spiders. Maybe this nature trail won't be so natural. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I am really, really high. Also, this is better Minecraft. It's a very presumptuously titled mod of Minecraft. So yeah, it's pretty great. It's got a bunch of shit in it, like a bunch of mods, and it includes it all in once, and it pretty much just levels up the entire game, I feel. Like, it still looks like Minecraft, but it's just so much more, you know? See, one of my issues with Minecraft, and I do have a few issues with Minecraft, even though I really like it, the entire world felt very static. Once you walked through 2 or 3 zones, you've pretty much seen everything. Not everything, but a good chunk of it, you know? It's so... I guess the game is so huge, yet so content limited. And, like, the fact that I couldn't walk somewhere new and see something new in Minecraft always bummed me out about it, you know? Once you see it once, it's over, so having a lot more content in the game really, really helps. Where, I mean, just in any single screenshot of Better Minecraft, you can see that there's just so much more, you know? And I really appreciate that about this game. And the original, that was always my problem with Minecraft, is once you've seen everything past a certain point, that's it. And you're like, well, that's how it is for most games, right? You know, you see everything past a certain point, and that's it. Yeah, but most games have a lot more interesting content just to show you, and that's the other thing with Minecraft, is that it doesn't behave in any interesting ways. Like, you could follow an animal in Minecraft and it doesn't really do anything. It's very static. It doesn't move much. Within the first, like, week... Well, I mean, they move, but they don't really do much else besides just move around and eat, you know? They're very, very static, and one of the things I really appreciate about Better Minecraft is that it feels a lot more lively to me. Just looking at it, just navigating through it, seeing the kind of different things that everything can do. For instance, there was, I don't know if raccoons are actually... See, now watch me just make myself look like a fool. Back when I played Minecraft, it didn't have raccoons in it. Alright? But in Better Minecraft, there are raccoons, and whenever you give them food, they carry it to the riverbed and wash it off like real raccoons, you know? They'll wash their food before eating it, and I thought that was really, really cool. It might have been an otter, actually, but I remember it being raccoons. And yeah, what I really appreciate about it is just little additions. Now, that's probably actually in Minecraft, because I haven't played Minecraft since, like, 2015, so it might have been this new thing they added. It's just, I don't know, Better Minecraft to me. There's like, oh, then there's like these fortresses and castles you can conquer, a lot of different ones. There's a lot to it. Calling it Better Minecraft again is a bit presumptuous, because I don't know, it might not be Better Minecraft for everybody, but it is for me, you know? It's very presumptuous and very subjective, and it is kind of mean, but like, I don't know, is it mean? I don't know, but it's still really cool, and I really appreciate the mod. Like, I wasn't really ever crazy about normal Minecraft, because the world felt so static. Once you saw it, you saw it. And if you don't include other people, your whole experience is static, you know? I guess that's why it's a multiplayer game for most people, and they really enjoy playing it with their friends. What the hell? Oh, it's a berry bush, so I got pricked by the berries. Interesting, huh? Take this perch and eat it, because I am very hungry for some perch. But yeah, like, I just threw the fish. I've been playing a lot of Black Mesa, and the Q button is the button you hit to, you know, switch your weapons. But yeah, like, regular Minecraft always felt very static and not that alive to me. Ow, 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 ow. So, okay, I gotta stop doing that. It always felt static and not that alive to me. It always felt very limited, and I'm sure there's more to it than I see on the surface. However, I've been playing it for a while, and the behavior doesn't really seem to have changed the world and how it moves in any notable ways. Besides, like, the pillagers, I think the pillagers is a really awesome concept. The idea of this wandering challenge that will just happen to you sometimes, and just adds another level of challenge to the village management part of the game, you know? And where you're just kind of helping the villagers and such. See, look at that. Invisible skeletons. I don't know where they are, because they're invisible. Do I want to try to tackle this right now? No, I don't think I do. Let's just get out of here. Skedaddle. Ow. But... and they're still after me. Okay. Anyways. I might need to dig a hole. Shit. Liara, don't scratch me, hun. But yeah. I might need to dig a hole. I might need to just hide until the skeletons go away. Or actually, I can't fight it because I don't have an enchanted weapon. Alright, maybe this is why this would not be better Minecraft for everybody, because I just went for a leisurely stroll and lost everything. Luckily, they mark your skull on the map so that you can easily find it. Look at those crafty guys, they figured it out. But yeah, the other thing I also like is, besides the wide ecosystem of animals, is just their interesting behavior. How they behave in ways that I think are interesting, that in the old games they really don't. But yeah, it's really cool. But I don't want this video to be about why I don't like Minecraft, because I do, or why I don't like it as much as you do. It's probably, but yeah, I do enjoy Minecraft, but yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm really busted. I can't stay on topic, and honestly, the crazy thing about marijuana, for me, is that it just nukes your short-term memory. And it's also supposed to relax you. And so when people are able to relax and, like, lose their short-term memory, they can just kind of vibe. But for me, I'm always trying to remember what I'm saying or what I'm doing, and that's a grizzly bear! Okay, this might be the best one yet. Oh boy, I really hope this video is good. It's just, man, I get so hyperactive and all over the place when I smoke weed. It's just what it does to me, you know? I've never been too crazy about it, but I used to do it because my girlfriend smoked and I didn't want to be left out. However, lately I've really been enjoying it. There's been several times where I've gotten high like this and had so much fun, man. And I'm learning. It's interesting. I was thinking about this. It's interesting to learn about activities you're supposed to do while on certain substances. Because normally, with alcohol, for instance, right? When I drink, I'll usually be doing whatever I'm normally doing. So be it talking to someone, playing a game. I can pretty much drink anywhere. And when I get drunk, it's still going to be a good time, you know? I'm not going to, get depressed or mean or anything. It's a good time after drinking. Always. I've never had a bad drinking experience. But when it comes to smoking weed, it's a crazy experience because instead of going, I can just fit this around my normal behavior and just do it, I have to kind of think of new things I enjoy doing. And the moment when I played this the first time, I was high. I was smoking that night. We had just set it up, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Minecraft seems very chill. Seems very nice. And you know what? I was right. I just played a bit of it. Me and my friends were focused on raiding a fortress, and we were trying to, like, do all this stuff. And because they're basically trying to get a house built and everything. What the hell is that? Is that a Sheikah tower? What is that? We gotta go see what that is. That's super cool. Anyway, yeah, like, ow. I just, when I smoked the first time, or when I smoked and played Minecraft the first time, it was just a match made in heaven. I had a great time, you know? Great Lake Isles. Ooh, I can hear frogs. But I just had such a wonderful time playing this, and all the guys are just like, "Hey, Alex, come work on the house. Come help us." And I'm just being like, "Whoa, there's mushrooms, man. That's so cool." I just like stood on the roof of a house staring at raccoons for like an hour, not doing much else, and just yeah, losing myself in it, you know? Just like I did a few minutes ago, where I'm just like, I sat down and when I went to make this and went, I need to talk about these topics, I need to be entertaining, I need to be interesting. And I'm making the video, and then I see a fucking tower, and I'm just like, whoa, tower time. And it's just like, I don't know, it feels really nice. It's just, this is a really good game for this, especially with how often it grants you new information on a first time play. It's just, you don't get tired of things so much when there's a lot more things to draw from. I feel like that was always my issue with one of my issues with Minecraft, is I'm just like, they gotta add so much more, you know? But with every update, they didn't, you know? Like, I kept playing Minecraft over the years thinking to myself, like, oh man, I wonder how crazy huge the game is now. What have they added? What have they changed? How much bigger does the world feel? And better does the world feel? And nothing changed. I mean, I'm certain... Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Like that. I've never seen that before. That was really cool. Wow. Prismarine stairs. Even new building materials help to make the, you know, game feel better and newer. And so when I was a kid and I was always checking in on Minecraft to see how it was doing, I was really disappointed by the fact that it hadn't changed much. It just stayed the same, and not that much was different. I'm certain they've added more to the game over... I gotta stop doing that. Over time, but no, not really. I'm doing this wrong. Ow. Get up there, get up there, get up there, and... Yes! Alright. I got it, 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 I got it. Oh, no. No, I don't got it. I don't got it at all. But yeah, I just really wasn't able to appreciate the game. Maybe it's just because I'm playing this version, but I feel chill. This is nice. I could probably just sit here for the entire video and comment on different aspects of the game, such as the fact that we're sitting between two biomes, so it's a bit wacky here. It's kind of pretty though too, right? Like rain and snow happening side by side, and throughout here. Oh my god, look at that. Does it match up to the cloud cover? Are the clouds what define the boundaries? Is that what's going on here, or am I just really high? Anyway, cool if true. Cool if true. It's raining and snowing over here. Just, it's super rad. And I'm really, really high. Oh my lord, guys. Listen, I'm gonna need to watch this one back a couple times before uploading. I'm gonna actually have to have someone else watch it too, in case I say some no-nos, you know? Because I am really high, and I don't entirely trust myself. But yeah, it's one of the interesting aspects of, I guess, drug use. Maybe it's an aspect of drug use. I don't know. I'm not that well informed. I'm a newbie at this, but like, you gotta kind of shape your environment to suit you in that state. You know, when I'm caffeinated, I can do anything. When I'm drinking, I think I can do anything. And that's the problem with drinking. But no, really, like, I could just do any normal behavior and slug back a beer. But when I smoke weed, its effect on me is so heavy that, you know, I have to kind of shape my world around it temporarily. I guess it's interesting, you know? I suppose that's why people that smoke all the time have this... Like, if you just know someone that's high all the time, they typically have these very cozy living spaces they're in. Because when they're smoking, they want it to feel nice. I never really thought of that. The idea of shaping your environment around yourself being high, that's Interesting. Because, yeah, I'm sitting at my hard angular desk in my black chair, and it's comfortable, yes, but it's all very, you know, there's form to it. There's an established function to the style of the furniture, you know? And you look at like a stoner space and it's all very cozy, very soft colors, try to let in light from the outside or whatever, you know? And it's just like, maybe not a stoner's place, but I met a few people that have had places like that where everything is just this nice, cozy, warm, inviting ground. And I've always just lived in these stark white walls with not really decorating that much besides a few posters. I like, my girlfriend like hangs Christmas lights in the room. Why? It's just because it looks nice to have some nice lower, warmer light, and I never considered that. I never even thought of it. It was just something that she did, and I just went, oh man, that's cool, I guess I'll do that too. But now I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, when you're high, having a nice warm tone, nice warm color be the only thing you see and be a large part of what you see, it's really relaxing and inviting. So I guess maybe that's why I enjoyed Minecraft while I was high, is that it all melded together just right. Like, all of this is just warm and inviting, even in the cold spots. For me, the game, I know people, there are certain parts of this game that scare people, and I run across them a couple times, but it's just always so comforting to me to look at. Maybe no, not always. I'll be honest with you, not always at all. I guess I was immune to the feeling. Like, I didn't have it at first. But now that I've actually, you know, smoked, I can just vibe with it. It works. Like, I'm just chill. Which is why it's hard for me to talk to you guys, because my normal style of speech is I'm going to find a topic, I'm going to follow it through to its conclusion, and then I'm going to flow it into the next topic, and then I'm going to follow it to its conclusion. And now I'm just like, that's my video sense. That's what I think would make a good video. But maybe it's different from other people. Oh my god. What are those? What is that thing? A slabfish? I thought that was like a fucked up frog, man. What's a slabfish? You're like a flounder? Are you sure that's a fish? What a weird fish. Anyway. Sorry, slabfish. I didn't mean to bully you. I'm sorry, Mr. Slabfish. I just think you're really weird looking and strange to me. Maybe you're a real fish that I just never ran across. Isn't that crazy? To think that there's like animals and fish you haven't seen yet? Like, you think we'd know everything, right? But every few years I hear about some new species I've never heard of before. I'm in a tropical rainforest. But yeah, there's like always new animals to discover. So if you're into animals, it's like it's an infinite fandom. You'll never get bored. You don't need new content. Oh, you're constantly getting new content. Isn't that fucked up? That's how I think of nature. That I think of nature as content for the player, or for a human, you know, and just think of life as, oh hey, here's a new thing you can experience. You know, that is life. That is actually, it's, hey, what are new things that I can experience? It's content. You're like a player going through content. And a lot of times, that content's out there, it's just really hard to unlock. You gotta really work at it. There's so many places in the world, yet I really never left the towns I've lived in besides going out to travel every now and again. And when I have gone out to travel across the country, like, those were some of the more interesting parts of my life, is because I was experiencing new things. You know, when we were kids, that's what life was like. That's how it flowed, so nice and slow and gradual. It took a long time to stop being a kid. At least that's how we feel it. That's how we process time. But after a while, time starts to speed up. Years get shorter. Months get shorter. Everything gets shorter, really. Time just starts to feel less long. And so the idea behind that is that you're not seeing anything new. But what is childhood but new experiences, you know? Maybe we maybe we have this natural desire inside of us to go and explore and see the world. Like, it's all there for us to see, and we have this natural desire in us to see it all. And so when we're little kids, that's why we need to know everything. We need to see everything. The world is amazing, you know? Or no, we're able to see everything. Or everything feels new and amazing because we can see it and it's there. And as adults, it's just we will sit stationary. We'll just sit in one spot for so much time. And as we get more familiar with the same few spots we occupy, it gets faster. We stop learning new things. We stop growing. Maybe that's why, you know, people that like see the world are so like, I don't know, I think they're so much more interesting, but also they come across as people that are really at ease with themselves. I really appreciate that. And I think that's something that I should probably keep in mind is like when I'm thinking of like evolutionarily, what are humans? What instincts are programmed into our minds from birth that make us what we are? Pretty much is a thought I like to have. And so whenever a new type of human experience comes up or human behavior comes up to me, I try to place it in the food chain. I try to place it in evolution. Everything from like mental illness to drug use. I'm like, what is that? Why? Why is that helpful to us? Why would that help us survive? But, you know, traveling, populating, and moving outwards and spreading yourself out and continuing to live, that's why, you know, just seeing the world, that's why it's so important to us. We want to see more than we have, and so we hunger for knowledge. But when our brains don't, when we're not feeding our minds, when we're not experiencing new things, time just begins to atrophy. It just stops feeling. Like, it stops feeling like time. It just gets faster and faster until we hit the end. And I guess the point is that maybe human beings weren't meant to live in one place for this long. Actually, I know that's actually that one I know is scientifically true. That one is actually completely backed up and historically backed up because in the beginning humans were very nomadic. And so we got used to that kind of lifestyle. And so the modern age of human history is actually really small, and most of our history is prehistoric. There's way more prehistoric history than there is modern history, you know? And so, like, we are still learning things about our old selves, but also we were alive a long time. Early humans were alive for a long, long time. And what happened there, is that the berries attacked. No, what happened there is that we just got used to one style of living. We got used to one style of living, and we lived that way because that's what we knew. And it took so long that we basically evolved to have that instinct to be nomadic. What the fuck is that? Is that a bear? Are you? What are you? Whoa, okay. Tasmanian devils. Those were Tasmanian devils. I've never seen that before. That's so cool. Wait, I can sprint with control? When did that become a thing? Anyway, yeah, so like we have this natural desire to explore and see new things and see the world, or see things we've already seen in new ways. And I think what that is just it's showing us that we are not predestined, but pre-adjusted to an explorer's life, either expanding outwards or being nomadic. How appreciating what you have in new ways and gaining new things, or just wandering the world and not trying to get anything, you know, just appreciating life for what it is. And so with that instinct, we have no choice but to express it in one way or the other, where you have nomadic people that can move from place to place and be happy. And you have people that explore outwards. And a lot of those people that explore outwards are like conquerors. They're despots. They're the people that are trying to expand their influence in the world. A lot of them are like big businessmen and stuff. And so that same desire is expressed through, well, that the idea of you set down roots and you expand outwards and your power expands, and as it expands you can see more, you can control more, and you can, well, be more. And it's interesting to me, you know, like when people make a lot of money, they can use that money to go and see the world. They can see things they didn't see before. Like there's not a lot of, not that I'm aware of, but every single time I see a millionaire, they're very global minded people that are always, you know, going everywhere, not just living in America or in one place forever. And I just find that interesting because I guess it's just, that's what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to see the world. They're trying to, some people, how do I put it? Some people try to see the world. People try to consistently leave the place they're going to see more of the world. And some people are trying to grab the world and drag it down to them. People are trying to expand and capture the world for themselves so that they can look at it forever. And there's the people that are willing to leave things behind, really willing to leave what was behind them, you know? Wow. I find it so interesting how that's how it works. Or that's how it seems to work to me, is that time goes faster as we get older. Why is that? Well, as you're getting older, you're not experiencing new things. And so not experiencing new things, does that make you feel like you're older? Does that make you, you know, like the idea of not going and seeing and just living your best life, is that the idea that you're decaying or that you're aging because you're not living more? You're not living wider. You're not wider, by the way, W-I-D-E-R. Want to correct that, nip that in the bud real quick. You know what's fucked up about when you're high? You got to make sure that you spelt that correctly and didn't make some kind of messed up Freudian slip. That's fun. Anyway, what was I talking about? Just wandering out on the lake, high off my ass, going, what about Freud? It's just, oh no. Like, it's so funny. Just the, oh hey, my body. Cool. Anyway, oh hello. All right, that's our clue to get moving that way. Is the ice breaking? Did it do that in the original? I don't have a bed. This sucks. I did this whole thing. I wanted to do this really chill Minecraft video, but I've been out all night. Crap. But yeah, it's funny to me how, like, that's how our brains work. It's just we need to gather new information in order to grow. We need to learn things, hold things, and experience them in order to grow. And that really does feel like the mother of a lot of thought. Like I feel like a lot of ideologies and schools of thought could be explained by that. I find it so interesting. Something like evolutionary, you know? Not like revolutionary, but like it's an evolutionary science thing. It makes sense. It makes our world make a bit more sense to us in a way that's compatible with other matters of thought, you know? It's a big world, isn't it? There's a lot to see and a lot to do, and I think people that do it enjoy it so much because it makes them feel young again. Maybe that's what it is. I guess that's why, like, there's a mindset to just, like, trying to live like a kid. Like, not trying to, of course, be a child, but more just try to keep an open mind, a positive outlook, and just enjoy things no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're not old enough to enjoy them, or too old to enjoy them, appreciate them. Living that freedom gives, and like a lot of what it's required of us as adults, you know, is kind of, you know, restricting. I wonder, there's been a real cultural increase of people not behaving like children, I guess, because it's not but like liking things that are considered childish. Maybe it's linked to like an opening of the mind. It's linked to an overall time of just people growing, people learning and improving, and just in the beginning it was only a few people that thought like this, and now it's a lot more people, and it's this crazy growth that we've had as humans. That an individual doesn't have to feel ashamed that they enjoy like superheroes or collecting shiny cars, you know, like different things that are arbitrarily considered childish, and they're just able to live, you know? I wonder, here's a question I actually have. If you were to map, if you were to take a political compass test of the American population, right? And just ask them the same general questions, you know? How much would those people grow, and how would that entire range go? So like, let's say you have the political compass, right? And you plot everyone in America into that graph. What part of the graph does it cover? To the most like one way or the other, or neutral? Like, how much of that graph is actually covered by the American population? You know? Like, how far do we range? And also, how have we shifted? How have we shifted more liberal or more conservative? More libertarian. Have we shifted more libertarian or more authoritarian? Have we shifted more economic or whatever the fuck the other one was? But yeah, which ways have we shifted? I'm curious, actually. It's fun to think about, you know? Because I'm sure I would love to see how that's plotted over the years. Maybe that's a project I could look into, or if you know, you can link it to me. But I'd love to see how it shifted over time. I don't know which way it shifted, but I'd love to see how it shifted. I'm kind of thinking, part of me wants to think like, not wants to think, but I'm theorizing that we've shifted more liberal over time, just from my day-to-day experience. However, I would not be surprised if we shifted either up or down more than either, or if it just expanded outward. Like, what if the circle just got bigger than it was before each year? It's fun to think about, you know? Ow. Help! No! Ah! Zombie family's killing me. All right, cool. But yeah, it's one of those things I think about. I just think that would be very interesting to see how it's changed over time. Because like I said before, I think we've become, just in our entire history, of course, we've become a lot less nomadic. But throughout most of recorded history, we've been pretty much sit in one spot. The shift from nomad to farmer happened a long time for us, but not that long ago in the grand scale of human history. But it feels like a long time for us, and so it's hard to imagine what that was like. And also, like, yeah, I want to see how much it shifted, you know? It'd just be interesting to see it with that. Because I don't know, but the thing is, I don't know if we're more or less nomadic nowadays. Who knows? It's something to think about. Because you could say, like, when I said just like people feel the need to reach out and take more things, someone could mention that that's my, let's say hypothetically speaking, my globalist bias, you know, whatever. Like I'm a globalist and that's my bias, you know? I don't know if I am, I don't know if I'm not, but let's just say it is, right? Then maybe I'd be wrong there. But I also think that I actually just think that it's expressed differently for different people. Like, I think that core desire of humanity is there. I wanted to get a grape, but the creeper is coming. I think that's there. What the hell are you? You're a goblin. Hello, goblin. I think that's there. I think it's just expressed differently. Like, let's say let's use the two mindsets, right? Let's just say farmer, nomad. The farmer, or the nomad, the way that they express their desire to see more of the world is by moving freely, not being dragged down by personal property or possession. The farmer mentality is the opposite. you sit in one spot or you sit in a certain area and you want to expand your farm, you want to expand your town, your city, your friends, your family, you want to expand outwards because you can't move. But the way that you see the world from there becomes bringing more and more of it into focus. And I'm not gonna say one is right or wrong, but it's interesting to see how that growth happens. And I think a lot of times is when that growth clashes with the growth of someone else or whatever, trying to expand outwards is the opposite of that nomadic mindset. And so that would be either more or less globalist. I'm not sure, but it would fit into that criteria. And I'm leaning less globalist is the idea that you want to hold your spot and expand it outwards versus moving freely. I can't, I feel like that would lean more globalist, but yeah, pretty much just that's how we try to explore. We try to bring the world closer to us, make it smaller to fit within our world versus, what the hell are you? Lobber zombie. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Lobber zombie. I get it. I think that core desire, though, is there for all of us, is that we all want to explore. Humans, evolutionarily, their instinct is to move outwards, is to see the world. And I guess that's why we feel so cooped up all the time. Because we just want to get out there. That's why COVID was so hard on everyone, because everyone had their own little worlds they explored, and then it was closed right up. Huh. That's sad, really. I think I literally just understood the anxiety of COVID. Because I didn't really have it because I'm very introverted. And I was perfectly okay staying inside and just hanging out with my friends. However, I think I felt it too, But also at the same time, it's just like all my friends were online, so my world was already small enough for me to accept it. However, there was a deep pain I felt at that time, but it was something I had felt long before. I guess that's how it happens, is that you find enough reasons to be isolated for a long enough amount of time until it eventually just becomes your natural state and you're afraid to break out of it. And so sometimes you want to go see the world if you're really agoraphobic, but you can't because that's how your brain is telling you not to, and that your experiences have twisted you in a way from your, not twisted, but like shifted you away from your original state and made you desire isolation. So I guess that's why being introverted is not considered a good way to live, huh? Is that it deprives you of doing the thing that we all want to do. But then again, a lot of times introverted people explore the world in other ways. Like, planet Earth is not just its, dirt and grass. It's not just the touch dirt thing. It's not the touch dirt people. It's not like that. It's more, the world is there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more physical objects. There's a lot of physical objects and things that we can hold in our hands and touch and see and feel and smell and sense. And in the world, specifically nature, right? There's nature, or what we consider to be nature. And then there's evil ghosts all around. No, I'm kidding. There's art. There's art. There's the human social side. There's culture. There's beliefs. There's a lot to the world and what I guess we'd call the ethereal or the soul, There's a lot more to the world from that perspective. And yeah, and people that are usually very introverted experience a lot of that. Like, if I didn't live the kind of life I lived and was off doing other things, I wouldn't have finished nearly as many games, movies, books, and more. It's just, is that a fish eating another fish? That's a pike. That's awesome. But like, I wouldn't see so much of the art world, but I am sacrificing other experiences, I'm sacrificing, like, I've experienced a lot of video games and art and stuff, but in a lot of ways it's not as fun as it used to be. And also, I'm not Like, there's little moments. It's not as frequent. It goes pretty much a flat line for a while, or a comfort spot, and then you hit these massive spikes. But I think it's because I've seen so much already that those massive spikes are not that massive. It's just me experiencing new things. And when I was younger, I would what was it? I would just enjoy and play everything I enjoyed. Like, no matter what, it was just always something I'd want to keep doing because it was a new experience. And now I don't have that as much. And the reason I don't have that as much is because I've played more things. I've played more games. I have had more experiences as a person. And so, what are you, a ninja dog? Wolf. Cool. And I'm scared of the wolf. And so, like, I haven't had that many experiences as a person in the natural world. I haven't seen as much things as other people. But that's just, it's not a replacement. It's just an entire side of the world that I've been neglecting. And I would need to go, I would like to go experience some of it, you know? I'd like to see the world outside of just games and stuff. And I still enjoy games, don't get me wrong, but I think I've experienced enough of them to have an expectation about what will happen next. To be able to guess a game before it comes out. And I think as a human being, I can't guess people at all. I have trouble understanding them, really. There's little moments here and there that are these spikes of just complete human understanding. But I wonder if that's because I wasn't aware of them before, and I also wonder if that's something that regular people have a greater understanding of, which they probably do. Maybe that's just a way, and it's just a way of a type of human, or that's just a way that I'm limited. Okay, so it is from Alex's Mobs. It's not from the vanilla game. Maybe that's just one of the ways I'm limited in my experience and expertise and how far I've gone. Because I'm sure for you guys, understanding human emotions really easy, and understanding what people mean when they say it is really easy, where I have these constant misunderstandings. It's just little ways I feel limited, you know? However, I do appreciate the moments when they come around, but maybe that's just part of myself that I haven't explored enough yet. Maybe that's just something I need to do more of as a human. I guess that's one of the reasons why I guess why people with a lot of experiences seem sometimes more mature, and because they're just better at a lot more things than you, but more just like they have the experience that you yourself should also seek. You know, I'm sure my life is enriched heavily by the games I play, the movies I watch, the things I enjoy doing. However, I don't know if it's unequal to real life experiences, because I haven't had a lot of those, I guess, because, you know, isolated, that kind of thing. But I think, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I think the people that know a lot know a lot. Yeah, this is a volcano. This is really cool that this is just here. Oh, it's spreading. It's erupting. That's so cool. Wow. But yeah, like, I play more video games and watch more movies and experience more art than a lot of people. But because of that, and they missed out on a lot of experiences, but I've also missed out on a lot too. There's a lot in life that I haven't done yet, that I haven't seen yet. But there's no reason I can't start, you know? Just because I'm an introvert and I feel behind the curve on a lot of things doesn't mean that I can just... Or it doesn't mean that I can't ever get to that level. And it doesn't mean that the act of getting there in the first place is going to be a joyous experience, you know? Yeah, I think I'll get there.